Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another video here on Free Will Photos. Now, many of you probably already caught my initial thoughts video on ON1 Photo RAW, and if you didn't, then you can check the description box. But before you go, I want to share some of the updated information that I got from the ON1 team. So hopefully this will help you be a little bit more informed on making the decision to upgrade ON1 Photo RAW 22 to 23, or if you're on even an earlier version of ON1 Photo RAW. So let's go ahead and jump into the computer and we'll see what ON1 had to say about a few questions. Here we are inside of the computer, and this is just the comment section from the initial thoughts video. So again, you can go and read this for yourself because I'm going to kind of skim over this and just share information. I'm not telling you what is the best option or the best solution. I'm just going to share the information and you get to make that decision. All right. I will never tell you that you must upgrade or anything like that because, you know, your financial situation is your financial situation. Now, what I will say, if the sticking point or, you know, the challenge that you were having where you're like, I don't want to upgrade because I think it costs too much, then you can save 20% on your standalone version by using Free Will Photos 20 at checkout. Now, that coupon code is down in the description box and it'll also be flashing up on screen right here. So if that's something you're interested in after you hear what I have to say, or you go and read the information, because I do encourage you to go read the information for yourself, then you can make that decision. And, you know, I support you either way because that's just the way it is. So in my initial thoughts video, I kind of went off, you know, on a suspicion of ON1 going to a subscription model. Now, the person who actually responded to all of these questions inside of the inside of the YouTube video here was Patrick, who is the VP of marketing over at ON1. And you'll see we had a few exchanges back and forth, and I think he answered a lot of questions that you just don't see on the sales page. So the first one, he's very clear and put it in all bold. So I love that because it makes it easy to just stand out. They'll never go subscription only. So for everyone who maybe I kind of sparked a little bit of concern that there was going to be this subscription only model, rest assured that ON1 is not going subscription only. And I like that Patrick follows this up with saying they've repeated this. So, you know, shame on me. I guess I just didn't catch that message. So, you know, I'll own that. But it's good to know that we are not going subscription only with ON1, or they're not going subscription only with ON1. So standalone, you're going to be good to go. Now, what's also mentioned here is if you are an owner of ON1 Photo RAW, then you're going to get the monthly loyalty rewards. Now, I find those really cool. They're nice to have, and they definitely inspire me sometimes to do something different with an image than what I would normally do. So I think that that's a huge bonus if you are looking into this software. And that seems to come with the standalone version purchase. So take that into consideration. So my next group of questioning was really centered around the plugins and why there was a decision to pull those away from the standalone version and make those a separate purchase. And this is actually, I think, a big deal, or at least a big question in a lot of people's minds. So I, you know, just went ahead and asked that question, and the response that I got is actually pretty straightforward, right? 90%, give or take, did not use at any point the plugins. Now, what's not clear to me is if that reduced the price of the software or if that made the software more stable. That's a question that I have to follow up. Now, I respect data-driven decisions, and I start out my reply with exactly that I respect them even when I don't agree with them. This is something to take into consideration, at least as a answer to that the mystery of, well, why did On1 get rid of the plugins? Because I don't recall ever reading anything about why On1 was removing them. So getting this information here, I think, is really helpful, and hopefully it serves you guys well who are watching this and listening to this information. One of the other reasons that it looks like the plugins were removed is because it was offering them an opportunity to reach new customers, and there was a lot of duplication between the Lightroom, Photoshop, On1. So if you wanted those, then you can get those as a plugin. But if you purchased On1, then I'm guessing you didn't need either Lightroom or Photoshop because there's a lot of similarities and overlap. So I understand that. Again, even if I don't agree with it, I respect the decision that they made because it's their software, it's their company, and they believe that that's the best way forward. So who am I to tell them otherwise, right? Even though it definitely seems odd a little bit, but it's okay. So plugins are now available as a separate option for those who want to use their plugin of choice. And this is actually one of those things where if you use one of the specialized plugins that On1 has to offer, like HDR effects or the no noise AI or just On1 effects by itself, then this is giving you that option and you don't have to get all of them. Now they do offer the professional bundle, which, that gives you all of the plugin options. So just food for thought on that. For those of you who are just looking for the plugins, those are going to show up on the website eventually. Right now, On1 is focusing on getting the standalone and their package deal, their On1 Plus everything or everything plus model out there. That's the big push right now. But eventually, they are going to offer the On1 2023 plugins. Now, if you don't have the plugins already and you want to purchase the 2022 version of the plugins, if you get those now, you will receive an upgrade for free to the 2023 plugins. So just food for thought again if you're a plugin user. But I think most of you who are using the plugins that at least listen to my content or watch my videos, you're probably already using the 2022 version of the plugins and you're just waiting for the opportunity to get the 2023 plugins. So just hold on for a little bit, and that is forthcoming. They're working on that. And that's what Patrick actually talks about here. So just keep that in mind. And then, of course, I had to throw in my selfish plug of the curves adjustment tool, being able to remove nodes. I asked them about it, and Patrick said he was going to get it over to the developers so that way they can take a look at it. So hopefully we'll see the ability to remove individual nodes in the curves tool or the curves effect. We'll see. I look forward to that. But that wraps it up. Those are all the updates. So hopefully, again, this is just something that keeps you well informed about ON1 Photo RAW and the new releases and the information surrounding the release of ON1 Photo RAW 2023. Now, if you missed my initial thoughts video, go ahead and click right here. And until next time, I want you guys to stay inspired and keep creating. Peace.